if you can't get ratchet,
And if you can't get ratchet,
and if you can't get ratchet, hey,
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
What up, everybody in the YTBC? So, this is gonna be the last video that I make about Canelo for a little while. I did want to, unless something really interesting comes up. I'm really starting to get the same way that I was about Floyd Mayweather Jr. when he announced the Berto fight. It's really getting to that point. But it's not quite to that point yet, so I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not going to say that I consider him a retired boxer or a closed case at this time. Just kind of want to see how things play out for now. You know, he's 25 years old. There's still a whole lot that he can do. At this time, I'm not a fan. I'm not. He lost a fan the other day. That's for damn sure. But hence this day forth, I will not be calling Canelo Canelo. He will be known as the peso fighter from Mexico. And that's the title that I myself am giving him. So, he recently, as yesterday, released a statement stating that, you know, he's fought the best, and that he, I believe that's the wording he used, something to that effect. Basically said, I fought the best, and people still criticize me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and touch on this because this could really apply to any fighter at all. First off, anybody who is a professional fighter who has a fan base is going to have a hate base. It's just the truth. I don't like it, but it's the truth. You will have a hate base, no matter how, no matter how good your competition is, no matter how good you are, there are people who are just not going to give you any credit at all for whatever reason. And shout out to Thunderdome Boxing. I was watching a video he did about the peso fighter from Mexico yesterday, and he was talking about, you know, people who hate Triple G. And I think for the most part, I do agree with him. Maybe not 100% on this topic, and this is completely different, but I'm just using it as an example. So he was saying that, you know, a lot of these people who hate on Triple G, for the most part, are, you know, they're either not, you know, new to the boxing game. They're either diehard Floyd fans, or fanboys, I should say, or racist, or they just don't like Triple G for other reasons. You know, that like nothing have nothing to do with his boxing ability. So, like I said, you know, I don't completely and totally agree with it, with that statement. I agree with it mostly, but the fact of the matter is, Triple G, like I said, he has more to prove, and you can't give him as the architect. One, shout out to him. Said, you know, we really can't give credit for things that he hasn't done yet. So, but I still agree with Anthony for the most part, because that's mostly what I see. But anyways, back to the peso fighter from Mexico. So he's saying, you know, he needs to understand, first off, he's in there fighting, you know, world-class opposition. I'm not going to say the top opposition, because it's simply not true. He has fought some top opposition, but he hasn't fought every elite fighter out there. He's making out to be that everybody that he could possibly fight that's an elite fighter he has fought, and that's just simply not the case. The next thing that I want to touch on, or actually, I haven't even finished talking about the first thing. Anyways, you're always going to have critics, all right? That's just the way it is. We have billions of people on this earth, Not all of them watch boxing, but the ones who do is still going to be a very large sum of people. Out of those large sum of people, you're going to have people from different walks of life, people who have lived different lifestyles, people, who have had different experiences. Everybody is going to have their own opinion of you. Okay? Now, out of those people, you are going to have certain people who are not going to give you credit regardless. These are the people that we call haters. Okay? Hater is somebody who's just simply not going to give you credit. All right. And I've been called a Floyd hater, yet I've even said he's the best fighter of our era. Nobody has proven otherwise, so I can only admit to that fact. But he's not, that doesn't mean I have to be a fan of his. I give him his due respect and nothing more. And that's it. Okay. So why I've been labeled a hater of his before is beyond me. But that does not mean I cannot criticize the dude. So the peso fighter from Mexico needs to understand that. The other thing he needs to understand is that for the fans you do have, for the critics you do have that are going to give you a fair shake, those are the ones that you need to be worried about. You need to learn how to separate the wheat from the chaff. Not to get all churchy on y'all, but the people who are going to hate regardless. So their opinions do not matter. But when you have someone who was a fan, and I was a fan of his before he fought Floyd Mayweather, before the fight was even announced. I remember I was watching the replay on the Floyd Mayweather versus Victor Ortiz fight. And, HBO always plays the pay-per-view the week after. And then they got like a live fight after they show the pay-per-view from the previous fight. That's usually how HBO does it. So it just so happens Canelo was that fight the week after. So I watched the was it the Vic Ortiz? You know what? I don't even remember. Now I think about it, that was actually one that I saw the pay-per-view live, and I didn't watch it the week after. I can't remember when it was, but I know it was before. It was not long after Floyd fought Vic Ortiz. I know that much, but that was the day I became a fan. I mean, the skill that I saw, I was impressed. But I saw this guy and I was like, man, this is a young, hungry fighter, and I was just like, man, it would be awesome if he could make a Floyd fight. And like a year or two later, the Floyd fight got made, and I was so excited. And I had somebody telling me off because I was going for the peso fighter from Mexico. And so that's a little background. Like I was a fan before, and even after he lost to Floyd, I still respected him. I still was a fan. And then the era of 155 started, and there's been a decline since in my respect for him. So, but that being said, for the people who are willing to give you a fair shake, whether they be fans or non-fans, they're willing to give you a fair shake. Those are the ones that you need to be listening to. All right, it's like I said, haters are going to hate, and fair fans are going to give you a fair shake. And that's the bottom line. And the fact that you're a fighter, but you're letting this bother you, I mean, you really need to develop some tougher skin. But I don't know. Maybe Coach Shelton Harrison is right. Maybe fighters are just not the smartest people in the world. I'm just kidding. No, I give respect to them, all of them. It's like I said, even the peso fighter from Mexico, I give, a base level of respect, because, I mean, bottom line is, that's not a lifestyle that's cut out for just anybody. But when you're supposed to be amongst the elite and you're doing some of these things that, and then you want to whine about it when you're criticized about it. I mean, come on, man, the fuck up. Anyways, leave your comments, leave your thoughts. I welcome the peso fighter from Mexico's fans as well. So like I said, I don't disrespect y'all whatsoever. Everybody has a right to support whatever fighter that they want to for the reasons that they have. But I wouldn't mind hearing y'all's thoughts. If you're a subscriber, if you watch my videos, or if you just happen to stumble upon this video, I wish you a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
And if you can't get ratchet,
And if you can't get ratchet,
and if you can't get ratchet.